You did the check, come on.
The first guest for the show is Miss Sue Reynoso. She is the owner of Top Aesthetics Laser in New York, and she is also an aesthetic business consultant. Hi, Sue. Welcome.
Hi, Nikki. Hi, Antoinette. How are you?
We're great. Sue, we're just so happy for you to be here. And please introduce yourself, plug in events, and let us know who you are, your business, and everything about you. We wanted to know your story as well.
Sure, thank you. But first of all, I'd like to congratulate you both and the production team for giving it was a good success. I watched the pilot episode last week. So congratulations, guys, and thank you. And I feel honored to be here. So thank you for having me here on your second episode. I hope it's also a success. Anyway, my name is Sue Reynoso. I'm a founder of Top Aesthetics Laser. It's a multi-location here in New York State and Connecticut. So right now we have 4 locations specializing in skin care and laser, basically specializing in laser medicine, laser hair removal, facial lasers, and some of the hair restorations that we have going on in our practice. And on the side as well, I am a business consultant and strategist. So if there are viewers right now in this show that have questions with regards to how to start up a practice in med spa or in any type of profession that with regard to your profession, like physical therapist, I'm not sure if we have viewers right now that are medical providers, nurses, and all of those. So if you wanted to start your own practice, it's hard to think about it, but I know that it is possible.
You did the check, come on.
Sue, they want to know what is the top cosmetic service you can recommend for a man?
That's a very good question. So 10 years ago, most of these men are not too confident to go in front of, a consultation and has to ask their wives, their girlfriends. But nowadays, men are open to procedures non-surgically. Um, it really depends. The main thing that most men suffer from is hair loss. And I highly, if they have suffered from that, and most of them are, they feel comfortable talking about it now. So I would normally recommend a non-surgical procedure called the PRP, platelet-rich plasma, where we draw your own blood and we spin it on a special centrifuge, and that growth factor from your blood that is called PRP gets injected into your scalp. And most of those are like one of the best, procedures that men can start if they are bothered with, their looks. And believe it or not, men now are open to that. 10 years ago, they have to ask their wives, they ask their girlfriends, but now they are just in the forefront. We see a lot of men doing the micro needling, Botox injectables, and they are just very happy because guys now are taking pictures and doing their personal care, going to the gym. Also, laser hair removal for men. They are just hairy everywhere. Not just Filipinos are blessed to not have all those hairs in the body, but here in the U.S. There are a lot of men that are looking into just because they just get a lot of bumps in their skin if they go to the gym and they shave their wax. Believe it or not, they do. It's not being vanity wise or something, but that's something that men really wanted to do. It's not younger men. Um, these are 30-year-old men, 40, 50, and it's not vanity. It's something very, very good in their health because they want to, most of them just want to clean up in their body. So yes, laser hair removal for the face would be Botox injectables, microneedling, PRP microneedling, and they're also wanted to get, hair restoration as well. And I would recommend non-surgical way, which is the PRP.
Awesome. And I think, Val, I think you have a question for Sue as well about, nurse consulting. Go right ahead.
Yes, so for women or men who would like to go into the aesthetics or med spa business, what do you think, or what are your insights about it? What's the first step, or where should we go? What resources can we probably explore to help us out? Because, moving on to the first step is the hardest, and the rest follows as long as you have the support. So I'm curious as to how you as a business consultant actually help out business aspirers like us to open our own business in the future.
That's a very good question. My first question to that question, I cannot find any solution until I get your niche. First is, let's say specifically, what would make you feel comfortable, or what do you love to do? So specifically, let's say with you, being that other people would know this, that I have already known you since we were like teenagers. So we live in the same place when we were younger. So I've known Belle before. With Belle, she is a good educator. So I would know what Belle would want if she opens up her own practice. And this would be a lot of things with Belle. So she can open up her own, right now she's a nurse injector. So that will be her niche. And that's what she loves to do, right? So I would tell Belle to, teach other medical professionals to learn injectables, right? Because she's an educator. At the same time, she loves to talk, educating people about injectables. So she can open up a med spa. And the only sauce to that is that your passion for it, and you love what you do. You're having fun. The secondary is, when you open up your own practices, you just have to research more on the space, your demographics, what market you're going to service. So it really depends. You have to know your location. It's very important to be in the right location. You cannot just say, oh, there's an open space somewhere. No, you have to find out the demographics, the median age, what age you would like to provide service on. And most of the ages that you would want to target are men and women that are in their 30s, in their 40s. I'm not saying the early 20s are, but financially stable age I would say late 20s to 40s and 50s. And believe it or not, the 60s are very they can just do it. But the important thing that I can tell you is that, know your niche. What makes you happy? What is it that you want to do? And what is the best experience for you? And that's something you would like to start. And you cannot start a business not knowing what you would want to start. You need to be an experienced professional on this type of business.
So I have a question.
Business.
I'm sorry
Yes,
to interrupt you. I have an audience question from Harlan Rhoda Katachutin. I'm sorry if I crucified your name, but she wants to know, what are the top cosmetic and aesthetic services do you provide in your med spa?
That's a good question.
Lots of great questions.
Awesome. Very nice questions. The top cosmetic or aesthetic services that I provide in our office is laser hair removal, PRP microneedling, where sometimes it's called, I cannot say it, they call it from the Kardashian way, vampire, but it's all proprietary, so I can't really say it, but it's PRP microneedling. And it is a service that a lot of people are open now, because after COVID, I believe, the Kardashians have been all over the internet and social media talking about it, and it's it has been a trend. And what it does is that, our practitioners will draw blood, your own blood, so it's very safe. And we again put it in a special centrifuge and separate those growth factors in, and that's what we need to do this type of procedure. And we use a micro needling device in order for us to create little micro damage to your skin. And what it does, it just gives a very good coagulation on your tissues, and it helps on wrinkles. It helps on everything, your pores. It brightens your skin, and everyone would like to see, the Korean beauty, the glass skin. And this is some type of procedure that a lot of people are very open now. 5 years ago, or maybe 6 years ago, I always sit in a consultation and there's always a lot of questions. Right now, a lot of people call and say, I want to do this. I know I'm very well educated. I want to do this right away. So that's the best cosmetic procedure that we have in our office.
I know laser is a big topic and there's so much layers to that, but can you just give a quick answer to this question? Can you share the different types of laser treatments and their benefits? She really would love to know. So she may need to connect with you after the show to really answer that question, Jerlyn. But I mean, I'm sure she can deliver a little short overview.
Yes. Hi, Jerlyn. Thanks for your question. There are just a lot of lasers out there. If the skin type is very important. It really depends on what bothers you. If you're bothered with too much hair, that will be laser hair removal. You're gonna have to get a consultation from any provider that you have very close by. But I was just wondering what really bothers you. Is it skin pigmentation? That's another type of laser that we use for skin pigmentation. Right now, for skin pigmentation, the best solution would be the Ultra MD from Lutronic. And what it does, it just gives you it can brighten your skin, at the same time treats pigmentation. We have to be very careful in getting some of these lasers. You have to see a certified provider, a doctor in dermatology or in a med spa, just to make sure that these types of lasers could benefit you. So I'm just curious. You can always touch base with me and get a free virtual consultation. I just wanted to know what bothers you.
I just wanted to ask you, how important is having an experienced expert, an experienced consultant, especially in the beauty aesthetic industry, to guide you when you wanted to start your business?
As for me, it is very important to serve support of someone. So in order for you not to waste, time, this person that have already done whatever you will have, any trial and error, they've already done it. So in order for you to surpass that, because time is of essence right now, everything just runs so fast. You need a support such as that type of person. It's not just the support, but as someone that can mentor you and getting you into the right direction, efficiently and correctly. It is very expensive for you to make mistakes. And trust me, I've done a lot of mistakes, fell and had to go up again. There was no one that I can talk to. It was, very bad if you have to go to any type of, Google searches for you to do that. I basically had to fall in order for me to learn my lessons. And that just made me more of a better source of knowledge on what you could pursue effectively. And it's just, again, like I said, you need to have that type of support. So if you want to run a business, you have to really think through. If you've had an experience and you've been accomplished in what you do, as, let's just say, a medical provider, a nurse, a doctor, or whoever, or even physical therapist, or any type of profession that want to get into another side hustle and become, it will become 100% business, you need to have a source of knowledge, and that would be a person that's already gone through.
Awesome, awesome. And also, just to follow up, since we already have you on the screen, before Nikki and I will, plug in some upcoming events, and also before we close the show, we just wanted to ask, one final, what is your, to the both of you, what is your, and Sue, you can answer it first. What is your final actionable tip for beauty and self care for all ages?
Um, Tita Vicky's had, just the joy of giving back. You always want to put a smile on your face. That's the best thing that you would have to put forward, and to see people and that smile and that joy that and also giving back to your community, just what makes you matter, even after retirement. Also, like with Belle, she also mentioned about self-care. It is also very important. Stress is always there. Problems are always there. Life isn't hard. It's very hard to fulfill the adult life. So in any age, self-care is very important. It's not just beauty, but with your own self. If you have to walk by yourself, shop around by yourself, it's actually a very good, thing to do. You just have to take care of yourself, because it's not easy. It's not just beauty, but mental awareness as well.
Again, we are so honored to have both of you here. We're so lucky, and we've learned a lot both from you guys and from our audience as well. So sit back and over at backstage, and then we're just gonna close the show with Nikki and I. Salamat. All right, Nikki.
All right,
Who do you
well,
want to invite in the audience?
you know what, Harleen, I'm glad to see that you are really glad and empowered by us. I appreciate it, because me and Antoinette are new business owners too, so we're glad to help. So by all means, if you have a business or a plan or an idea, we really want to invite you to the show. I'm not sure if you've been an audience guest yet, or but we'd love to hear your story if you have not had a chance yet. So please reach out to us and let us know how we can help you help us at the end of the day. So I just want to recognize your I guess your audience and your faithfulness to the show. So
You did the check, come on.
I just wanted to mention some upcoming events that we really wanted to tell all of our audience and everyone out there. On October 6th, starting 11 a.m. to 6 p.m., we have the Filipino event over at Harvard Square. It's going to be at 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. Curantis Private Nursing Services will have a booth over there. So come by, stop by. We'll take pictures, and hopefully we can show it in our next show. It's going to be an awesome event. And then, of course, October 12th, the Philippine Nurses Association of New England will have their induction of officers, and that's going to be at 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. And of course, this coming Friday, the one and only Mr. Ruben Austria for Freedom Friday, I will also co-host that show. So for all of our audience, please feel free to watch us live this coming Friday. And then next month, me and Nikki, so that's actually our Freedom Friday. We have Bernadette Liaga. She's a Luxury Finds by Bernadette. She will be one of our guests, and also Daryl Santos. He owns the Daryl Santos Agency. And then also November 13, we're going to bring in all these wonderful ladies from down south, from South Carolina and North Carolina, two amazing business owners over there. We're going to talk about health, beauty, and wellness as well for our Glow and Thrive live. Nikki, we don't have time for some takeaways, but probably one word for today's show, or two words. Make it quick.
Just thank you. Salamat, everybody. Salamat, really.
For me, it's true wealth. True wealth is health, right? It's very important. Thank you so much, and we're just so happy for all of you to be here joining us today. We're very, very grateful. Maraming salamat, and we'll see you guys next month.
You did the check, come on.